Hi everyone, it's Glenn from Aussie Mac Zone. How you doing? It's another week of the Zone, so sit back. We've got some Apple news for you, and some reviews and some views, and all the good stuff. Some tips and tricks, and Michael's dolt tip of the week. So hopefully you will find some information that appeals to your senses. All right, and to help us do that, we've got Jason's coming in a bit later on, but as of now, it's Michael. Hey Michael, how you doing?
Good, Glenn. Good, everybody. Yeah, it's good to be here.
Good stuff. Now, look, things are coming along. For those that haven't picked it up by now, I'm only here every second week.
Part-time, we call him.
Part-time zoner, that's right. And I love all the remarks that have been going around, so that's good. I'm like a part-time lover, but it's but anyway, yes. So. Let's get into it, I guess. But also, I'll tell you as well, we have got the iTunes competition still going, and I think there's only a couple of little gift cards left. So if you want to win a gift card, just send us a review on the iTunes, and you could win one. Just put a review on the audio on the iTunes, and if you're the best one of the week, well, you'll get one. Now, the person who won last time, I forget what show number it was, and I forget who it was, but if you listen to episode. Show number 52
it would have been.
I think it was. Yeah, 52. You'll probably find your name. So you better hurry up, go back and fast forward. All right. Now, Michael, what's been going on? What's been going on with you? How's life down in Sydney?
It's been busy, actually. It's picked up a bit, so that's good to hear.
That's good. So how's the weather? It's been pretty cold up here.
It's been a bit brisk, yes.
That's no good. All right.
And it's been pretty cold where you've been, unusually, too.
It has. Apparently the coldest days in like 100 years or something.
Yeah.
I thought there was global warming going on. I don't know. I can't keep up with it. But anyway, Apple's... now, this is a rumour. We love rumours. And then there's sure to be plenty of rumours coming up in the coming months.
They're pumping through, yes.
They are. Well, here's one that's kicking a goal. The Apple iWatch is to cost a mere $300. And will sell at least, 30 million units. Apple reckons that they're going to sell these iWatches at $300. Well, not Apple reckons. This rumour reckons that Apple will sell these $300 watches sell between 30 to 60 million in the first year. Now, this guy, Huberty, that's his name.
Girl.
Huberty. Well, it sounds like another word which probably goes all right with her. But yeah, Ms. Huberty, wrote in a research report to investors on Monday. So the report, which was earlier obtained by Fortune, also acknowledges that there's a chance the iWatch will fail. Oh, it can't fail. It's not going to fail. Fair income.
Hasn't even been announced.
Yeah, but Huberty...
announced, yeah.
Yeah, like, could you imagine Apple bringing out a device that fails? Like, I just can't do it.
They have.
Not in the recent history, have they?
Not for about before the iPod.
Are we talking like the Lisa?
No, we're talking. They had a gaming console.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, they had. What was another one? There was another one after that.
I can't. Yeah, I don't know.
There's not a lot.
Yeah, but like in the modern age, in the post return of Steve Jobs age, I think they've been pretty stable, haven't they?
Yeah. Different.
Yeah. Rumors have been swirling for well over a year that Apple is working on an iWatch to take on other wearable devices. I wonder, does Apple? Do you know? Do they hold the iWatch.com? Have they been that?
No, I think that is actually someone else.
Oh, right. Well,
because iWatch is actually owned by someone else, which is why I'm amazed that it's still getting that tag, that name.
Yeah, Apple hasn't confirmed that that's the case, but nearly every report and rumour suggests the device will be launching sometime this year. So everyone knows that come September, early September, that's when Apple does their little keynotes and stand-up little shows. And then they announce all the products, and then come the end of September, that's normally when the products start coming out.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a couple this year in September, October.
Yes. So your money's just on an iPhone, of course, and an iPad.
One iPhone.
Yep.
2 iPads.
Why 2?
Oh, a mini and a.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then maybe another announcement for Apple TV being the HomeKit unit, unless they're just going to expand the software that they've already got on there.
Okay. Well,
But I think definitely the Apple TV will end up being a games console. I'm sure of that.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I bought another Apple TV actually, just for another TV in the house, and yeah, they just work so great, don't they? Like, I know the other mob have got their little Chromecast things coming out, but the Apple TV still just easy, just plug in and play, really.
Just works, as he says.
That's right, just works. That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
I just on your question, iWatch.com is owned by your source for monitoring. It's a monitoring company. So you've got home monitoring, internet monitoring software.
Yeah, right.
Spectrasoft and computer monitoring software.
Well, I guess that's completely different to what Apple's bringing out. So they're probably safe to sit in that space, and I could probably see a couple of offers for that name go out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, we discussed it a little bit last week, where there was some question whether they're getting ready to drop the I.
Oh, you're right. So they're just going to go, do you think, like Apple phone or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And has this been like rumoured, or is this what you're picking up?
Well, it's just one or two things just reading. It hasn't actually been sort of broadcast anywhere, and
right.
Maybe they're just getting ready to get rid of the I. They're up past that stage.
So, do you think because the I is just so generic? But then it's a bit of an identifiable mark, though, isn't it? Like the
but if you release something new, that changes the identification, doesn't it? Hasn't always been the iMac.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Rightio.
So maybe it's time for the JMac or the
ZMac.
Yeah, and that'll upset a lot of people that have
who are squatting, domain squatting.
Domain squatting and all those there's so many other i products out there that people have used trying to get the Apple thing sorted.
Yeah. So I don't know, like Apple phone, Apple Pad. Don't know. Who knows? I'm sure they'll. I don't know. Do you think they're missing Steve for inspiration, or do you think they've still got it over there?
Oh, I think they've still got it. I definitely think they've still got it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, because I'm waiting for. I will get another iPhone this year when they bring the 6 out. It's presumably the 6. And look, I'm also probably going to be in the market for another iPad as well, because I want to hand my 2 down to the young fella, and because I want something new to play with. He's not getting the new one. All right. Now, Michael, you've got one here about the world's top smartphone.
Yeah, well, it's interesting to know that with all of the Samsung Galaxy and the some of these Chinese phones that are selling really well, that the 5S really is still ranked number 1. The 5C is number 5, and the 4S is number 6 out of all of these.
Yeah,
the Galaxy S5 there, the Galaxy S4's there, the Note's there, which is pretty big. But this is rated over 35 countries, so it's up there.
I've had a bit of a change of mind about the increasing the size of the screen after probably I used it wasn't a Samsung Galaxy, but it was probably a clone, a rip-off of a Samsung, because you could put 2 SIM cards into it. And so, so it's not a Samsung. And it was only cost $100 too. So my brother had it, and I was setting it up for him. And, the bigger screen, I thought, this could work. I did like it. So, I did like it. I'm all for the bigger screen now. I've changed camps.
Do you know how big it actually was, Matt?
It looked pretty similar to the Galaxy 4.
Yeah.
So whatever that size is. Yeah, so look at...
It doesn't have to be much bigger, but it just depends. I still think it's got to be one-handed. That's the most important thing.
Yes, yeah. And, just trying to just set it up even was a pain in the backside. So I was just, iPhone's just so much easier.
And the other bit that came out, we were talking last week, was that wasn't even the most requested. The bigger screen wasn't the most requested thing for an Apple phone anyway. It was better battery life.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So,
Well, how are they going to do that? They just going to increase the size of it, or just make it run a bit more efficiently? Like you think it'd be pretty efficient now.
yeah, well, they can make a few more things. Obviously, run more efficiently.
Mm.
If they do make a bigger display, then they can obviously put more battery in because
Yeah. Well, they've already cut down the space, like taking out that, what do they call it, a 9-pin connector or something? But well, you know, the bigger, the big connector.
So the 30-pin connector for a lightning connector.
Yeah, that's right. So they've saved a bit of space there, and so I'll do it. I'm sure they're aware of any potential issues. Now, so the Galaxy S5 came in second, followed by the S4. So yeah, so as you said, yeah, the iPhone 5S number one. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So the 4S, there's no 4, but 4S number 6. Yeah, well, how many people have got a 4S still?
Well, I think that's the free one when you go and get one from a carrier.
Oh, right. And that's happening now. You can do that now, 4S.
Yeah, in a lot of places too. So
yeah, okay. Yeah, my wife's got...
That's the free phone, yeah.
Yeah, my wife's got the 4S. She got that new. And I think she was out of contract or maybe earlier this year, something like that.
Yeah.
So she possibly could be, if she plays the cards right, get my 5. But we'll have to see, won't we?
If she's nice to you.
She'd have to be damn nice, I'll tell you. All right. What else have we got here tonight? Well, while we're waiting on Jace, we got a story from Jace. He's plopped one in, but we might give him another couple of minutes. And, see if he can make it home. He's at work, and Jace is in Adelaide, so that's why he's a bit late some of these times, because he's what is it, half an hour behind.
22 years, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Queensland's 25 and Adelaide's 22, I think.
No, we're 25 in front up here. But how good was it that the Blues took the State of Origin after 8 years?
Yes, that was very important.
Yes, it was very important. How's your NBN going, by the way?
Superb.
Doesn't miss a beat.
Superb, yeah.
Doesn't miss a beat.
We did have one evening where it was a bit funny, but then it just got better all of a sudden. So they must have been restarting something somewhere along the line.
Yeah, rightio. Yeah. So do you know? You haven't been keeping up on any of the news about the NBN? Because I haven't. I'm sick of hearing about it. Nothing happens. It's like it's a train wreck, isn't it?
Well, they were saying now that the Liberals are in charge that they're only 3 months behind schedule now instead of 6 months or something.
Well, why is my address off the list?
and there was also another thing on the paper the other day about how much the boss of the NBN was getting paid, including bonuses, was a massive amount of money.
Yeah, it was like a 2.5 million or something, wasn't it? I think. I did hear the tail end of that story. Yeah, it was a massive amount. But I don't know. Does anyone? I suppose. Oh, hello. That's a strange looking. Oh, it's Jace. He's popped in, and let's see if we can do that.
Fix that. Yeah.
Oh, hang on a sec. Hello, hi.
There he is. How you doing, Jace?
Jace just destroyed me.
He transbeamed you. All right, so Jace is hot off the train, or what? Do you train or car, Jace? What do you? How do you travel?
I can't talk about unreleased products. So I beamed in on my Apple Watch.
The iBeam, right? All right. So how you been, Jace? Keeping well?
Very well. Yes, absolutely.
Enjoying the cold?
Enjoying the very frosty cold.
Yeah.
But it is winter after all.
Yeah, that's right. Now we've just been talking about the iWatch and how the iPhone is still number one in the smartphone categories. So that was according to who was this according to? Cultofmac.com. Well, they've hang on. No, where'd that come from? Market. I can't read that. Small Market Pulse. Yeah, monthly Market Pulse. Yeah, whoever they are. But anyway, look, if you want to see the show notes, go to the aussiemaxzone.com.au and you'll see the little table in the show notes, hopefully. And you can, have a look at that yourself. Now, Jace, are you ready to rock and roll?
Indeed I am.
All right. Well, there's a story waiting for you. You can, if you've got that up, or you tell me when you're ready, and I'll go off and talk about something else. I'll talk about the Facebook. Facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads if you want some free iOS apps of the day. So go and have a look at that. I think there was Assassin's Creed today. You know, that's a game. I've heard of that game. I think that's pretty popular. So even if you just go and download it, then delete it, then at least you've tagged it for future use if you ever decide to go back there. But there's heaps of good little apps there. So Facebook.com.
That's well worth keeping your eye out because as you say, some of them are decent paid apps, and for one day you can get them for free. But Assassin's Creed sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, there's heaps of good ones. I like putting up the productivity ones. I do put up a few games, but they're pretty good. And also Aussie Tech Heads, the podcast, which is also on iTunes. So wherever you listen to us here, search for Aussie Tech Heads and see if you can get that little show. It's more rounded tech news, it's more tech news orientated, if you know what I mean. So goes in with everything else. So go and have a look at there, aussietechheads.com.au, and also hosting. If you're after web hosting, go and check out ATH, Aussie Tech Heads Web Hosting, athwebhosting.com.au, and you'll find some nice little plans, shared hosting plans to host your web page and register your domain, do all that sort of stuff. Get cracking. All right. Okay. Trade-in.
Now, finally,
yes.
Finally coming to Australia, Apple are bringing the trade-in program. So I think that showed up maybe last year in the US. It is now here in Australia, and I guess maybe timely with, as we know, those events are timed for September with the iPhones and iPads. So you can get in and get some credit on your old one, and Apple are offering in Australia $250 credit towards a new iPhone, or up to $215 for an iPad. And I did see that in the last month in the US and Canada that they had reduced the prices for the trade-in, which is probably a sign that a new device is coming, so they don't need to offer such larger incentives. So I would imagine over the ebb and flow of life cycle, you may get a little bit more earlier in the cycle, and they may curve it off a little bit at the end.
Yeah. So it just says here that you can't trade in the latest models, and you can't trade in the earliest models. Is that right? Not eligible.
That's right.
So you're not the 5S, 5C, and iPad Air, which are the latest iterations of, I guess, the iPhones and iPad. It doesn't specify exactly what first generation models, but you would imagine the
three
original. Well, the original iPhone was never sold here, so I guess stuff like the 3GS and that may not be in such high demand. So it's probably looking at the 4s and 4Ss, I guess.
Yeah. So little 3, he's not worth
you're
anything.
holding one up there.
Yeah. Poor little fella. I might see how he goes under a truck one day. So if you got one of those, go and get some credit so you can buy something new.
Hey, I don't know if you guys know, or Michael may know, around the insurance or Apple Care, extended Apple Care for iPads and iPhones that, again, was introduced in the States maybe 1 or 2 years ago now, so that if you actually, break your phone, and you have extended Apple Care, it's $99 or something to get a new one. Is that in Australia yet? Do you know, Mike?
I think so. I'll just look it up while you keep talking.
Because that's obviously something that's just thinking of new iPhone, which is obviously pushing $800, $900. That's probably reasonable value. And I think Apple Care generally for the mobile devices represents good value, I guess, where there's more wear and tear around them, extending, of course, for the iPhones, where there's a chance that it's going to end up under a car or a truck. And that was covering accidental damage, which is obviously something that can happen with the phone slipping out of your hand into the toilet, onto the car, all kinds of things.
I've had a phone slip out of my hand onto the cement, and at the time didn't do any damage, but then like about a month later, speaker stopped working, so I guess that's what happened. But yeah, easily done. Like, how many times you go to the toilet talking on the phone? You think, better put this one down, and I'll finish off and pick up where I left off. Because you don't want to drop it in the pan, that's for sure. But a couple of apps that I've found pretty handy over the last couple of weeks. I've found, look, people probably know all about these ones, but I'm a slow uptake on some of them. Viber. How good's that? You guys use Viber? Yes?
No.
No. Oh, it's just like a little, what would you call it? It's, say, Skype sort of a thing. So you can either you can go internet to internet, Viber to Viber for free, or you can go like Viber out, which you can call a normal phone. And the rates are similar to probably Skype or whatever. I've found that the Viber has just it seems like just a better connection, a clearer call than the Skype. So I've been going good with that. That's been good. I've neared my cap a few times, and I've thought, well, I'll buy some Viber credit. And, instead of a local call costing me, on the mobile, what a local call, if you talk for a while, it might cost you $2, $1 a minute or something. And if you ring up at home, it'll cost you 50 cents for untimed. So I thought, I'll get 2 cents a minute out of Viber. And it works well. And there was another one I came across. I've just lost it now, but here we go. The Cashback app. So the Cashback app. Now, what happens is you've got to find a participating retailer, but apparently, when you go into the shop and they've got this system going, you'll get 5% or so much back. Pretty much not straight away until you got to hit $20 before you get the credit. But it's like so then if Jason or Michael signed up, they could type into it that I referred them. Then I also get a percentage off their purchases. So how good's that? So if anyone signs up for it, make sure you put me down as a referrer, eh? That'd be real nice. But the Cashback app, I've used it a couple of times. It's not not all over the place. I think you can buy, you can save money at Woolies and at the petrol station as well. So about 5% off your bill. So that's all right. It's a bit convoluted with those sort of ones. You've got to actually buy gift cards, so you get the 5% off the Woolies gift card. And that's how you get your 5% at the checkout, so to speak. But anyway, I don't want to sound like a sales pitch. So, yeah, the Cashback app and Viber, I don't mind them at all. Pretty good. They're my little apps of the last couple of weeks. Now, I think Michael was looking for something.
Yeah, I haven't been able to find it for Australia. I know what he's talking about. Apple Care Plus, which includes repair and replacement accidental damage. And that's from the Macworld Australia one.
Yeah, for some reason I didn't think it had come here yet, but whether it has been announced, I'm not sure. It would be a good one.
So you got Jace. You do this Apple Care. You are a fan of it. You take it out.
I normally do it for my laptops. Yeah, not so much for the desktops. But I guess that being said, for the laptops now with the solid state drives and that, it's probably their stand ups are a little bit more being moved around and that. So. Still something to consider.
Yeah.
But I think the value increases if it's including accidental damage and that as well. Again, for a reasonable price.
All right.
That way, for 3 years or whatever, which is what your coverage is, pretty much. Then anything goes wrong, that it's just going to get sorted out.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's pretty good. Like, I'm probably not one to do that because it just makes your device $100 cheaper, which that's what I'm all about. So, I'm not one to do that. I just make sure I don't drop it. Hopefully not. Well, I did pay the price because when I did drop my last phone, I had to pay, $267. So, there you go. All right.
That's
still a bargain.
Yeah.
That's all right. Why can't you just go in and buy one now, for $267? It'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'd do that.
It shows how much they're making on them.
Well, I guess so, but then they'll say, it's because, you're actually trading it in, so we can resell it probably fix it and resell it for $267. So that means that then it's worth 400 and whatever, 500 and, I don't know, 34 or whatever.
We can open it up, capture your unicorn tears and use them in another iPhone.
That's right, yeah.
All right. Now, Michael, I don't know if have you given up on looking for that? Did you find anything?
Yeah, it's not available in Australia.
All right.
Apple Care Plus, it's called, and it's not available in Australia. It's available in Canada.
Right.
The US,
But alas, not here. All right.
nah.
All right. Well, why don't you move on to your dole tip of the week and tell us what's made you go dole?
Oh, yeah. So I've actually used this one myself on the weekend. So show someone like I used to use an app called Glimpse, which I thought was pretty good for telling people where I was, and they said it's good for if you park, if you've broken down on the side of the road and you just send them a location and they send you a glimpse and you can actually see how far away people are when they're trying to find you. But using Apple Maps on iOS, so I was waiting to meet someone. I wanted to let them know exactly where I was because they said, "Oh, I'll meet you near the shops," which was a big street. So,
It was a big shop.
yeah. So in iOS, you just open the Maps app, click the location arrow, which is the bottom left-hand one, like you'd see on a compass.
Mm-hmm.
Then you click the up arrow box, so that shows you where you are. Then you can click the up arrow box, and it says, do you want to print it, and you can select message there, and send it out as an SMS, and the other person can just click it, and it'll open Maps, and they know exactly where you are, and easy for them to find you.
Oh yeah, nice. Okay. Oh yeah, sweet. And you can just because people also they often say to you, "Oh, what's your address? Send me your address or whatever." So if I'm at home like I am now, I can just do that, send it to SMS. Yeah. Look, I'm going to send it to myself, see how it comes out. So 0412 455 855.
Tell the world.
Ah, but was it the real one?
Advertising.
Go on, ring it. You might get a surprise. All right. So yeah, that looks pretty good. I've used a thing in the past called Waze. You probably I think didn't Google or someone buy that now, and so that was all right. That Waze, was it WAZE, something like that?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
you could send someone they could track you on your journey. So it opened up the map, and because you're sending up your location, the person you say, I'm on my way, follow me, watch me arrive or something, whatever you want, and they could see you, the little dot moving along the map. It's pretty cool.
Glimpse would you let you do that as well?
Oh right, okay, that's all right. Let me write that down because I liked Waze, but you see, you can only have so many apps, can't you? Like so many of the one app. Like all these navigation apps, you got the maps, then you've got the Google Maps, and then the Where Is, and then there's thousands of them. But anyway.
Well, there's something to keep in mind that so far they haven't got it on the Apple Maps is speed cameras, which
but doesn't that use
on a trip would make a difference, but not necessarily driving around town, but definitely on a trip.
But how are they going to?
I used the TomTom app then. So,
how are they going to get the data for those? Are they fixed speed cameras? They'd have to be.
Yeah.
So like the mobile ones.
But there's a lot of them.
Well, there are. I know there's probably more in Sydney than there are up here. But I don't know if we actually got fixed speed cameras up here. We've got fixed red light cameras.
Actually, I know you've got fixed speed cameras because you're getting some that are actually in the guardrails.
Oh.
That was a story a couple of weeks ago.
That's a bit sneaky.
It is, isn't it? That's very sneaky.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, okay. I've never heard about those. I know the red light ones. You can.
They must be easy to lean on with a trailer on your truck, but like...
Yeah, well, yeah. All right. Now, what else?
Because down here we've got to have cameras on the speed cameras to make sure no one's setting fire to them or...
hitting them with marbles and all of that type of stuff.
Dear, oh dear.
Well, we're getting some different ones now that on a stretch of road that I guess is sort of just going out into the country. That there's two sets of speed cameras like kilometres apart. So as well as them being speed cameras at that point in time, as well as as you pass them, for you to travel the distance, so say if it's 2 kilometres, and you get from the first set to the second set in an average speed of obviously exceeding the speed limit, you can be fined for doing that, even if you weren't exceeding the speed limit as you pass each set of speed cameras. So,
Yes, right. Yes.
We've got a few of those, and there's some that are fairly close together, like you say, only 1 kilometre, 2 kilometres down the road. But there are others that are, 15, 20 kilometres apart. So you've actually forgotten about it. Not that I speed, but you forget about it. So the next time you go down the hill, you're actually speeding. If you're averaging the same speed everywhere else except that down that one little hill area, you can be going too fast over that 15 kilometres.
Yeah, that's tricky, isn't it? That is pretty tricky. You might have had a good run though. You might have. Anyway, yeah.
And welcome to Speed Camera Weekly.
Yeah, I've been lucky. I don't get too many speed. Oh, touch wood. I don't get too many speed tickets. Probably because I don't.
Does the Aussie Tech Head's car actually go that fast, Glenn?
I was overtaken by a postie the other day, but
on his nifty 50.
No, on his push bike.
On his walker. Yeah. He straddled it down the hill and waved to me as he went past. Yeah. There's apps. Has anyone got any apps that they've enjoyed this week? Is there any little... Oh, no, that one's blanked out. Jace, do you use many apps? Have you got any... Do you download apps occasionally? Or how do you determine... How do you download apps? Do you just go, oh, I'll go searching, or get a recommendation?
Normally it's from listening to a podcast, or I guess from a recommendation from a friend to try stuff out. I haven't really got any lately that have been anything to write home about.
How many screens of apps have you got? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, not very many, because I don't like having my phone full of things. So I reckon I've only probably got 4, and I sort of divide them into categories. I don't like the folders because that becomes too convoluted to get into. So pretty much an app has to be well used to stay on the phone. Otherwise it gets deleted quite quickly.
Yeah. Well, I'd probably go
very ruthless I am with my app management.
Well, I'd probably go the other way because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 at the moment. 12 pages, and then I've got a couple of pages that are got folders. So I've got a few.
I don't like that at all. No.
Oh, look, Chase.
Too much. You could be on hoarders.
No, I am. I'm an
app hoarder. I can't get rid of them. They're all my babies.
They are all my babies. But see, the thing is, like, I want to get rid of them, but you go, like, say, I go, what's this one here? This one, Instagram. Okay, Instagram. What does that do? Probably get some photos from Instagram. Think, oh, well, one day I might use that. So you keep it, And what's another one here? I Can Morph. Never used it. Never probably been opened. And you go, well, one day I might need that, So it stays there. But I don't know. Well, the gigs are free, aren't they? Well, if you got it on the phone, it doesn't cost you any more doesn't drain your battery or anything to have it full rather than empty. So they can stay there. What about you, Michael? How many app screens have you got?
I've got about 10, for which probably 6 are full.
Yep.
But I also have some folders which has got like car navigation apps are all in one folder, and my car IODB, which is for measuring things on your car. So there's an IODB port on your car that you plug wireless devices into, and it'll tell you what your speed and your fuel mixture is, and how hot the car is, and
but you have
quite a few.
Yeah, you've got to buy that interface, though, haven't you?
Yeah. And there's cheap ones and dear ones, and then there's also free apps or dear apps.
Mm.
And they've come down in price a lot, the apps, because there's one that I wouldn't buy because it was $75 for the app, and I got it a couple of weeks ago for nothing because it was taken over by another company.
All right, that's all right.
Who'd I'd already owned the software with, so it was free or $2.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's all right. So when you plug this thing into your car, can you just monitor the stuff, or can you actually change the computer? Can you monitor it or change it?
No, mine's an unchangeable computer, right. So I can monitor it. But it also, like, when the check engine light comes on, it'll tell you what the check engine light is, and you can actually change. That's about the only thing you can change after you've resolved the issue.
Rightio.
It's the check engine light.
Yeah, I was going to say, on average, what do you reckon these interfaces cost? Like, is there an average, or is it just totally different?
They're between 25 and $80. Yeah.
Well, that's not too bad, is it?
Bluetooth or wireless. There's two different types.
Yeah, rightio. So what do you just
Pretty
go?
good for what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you go to get those? Well, I'm interested in this now. You just go to what, say to Nissan or Toyota or something?
No. You just go to. I got all of mine off eBay.
Right.
But you just got to make sure the one you buy realistically is on the list for your app. So if you just look up IODB2 apps on the phone, you go through and then you can look at it'll suggest different wireless devices or Bluetooth devices.
Yeah, right.
The Bluetooth are a lot cheaper, but yeah, so
yeah. Oh, who cares if it's Bluetooth? Wouldn't make a difference, would it?
Yeah, but it's got to be, your car's got to have it. So as long as it's past 1996, I think is the right
Right. Yeah, rightio. Oh, that sounds interesting. Yeah, because normally, you take it to your auto electrician or whatever, and, it looks like his stuff probably does cost thousands of dollars. There's a nice little cheap way. You tell him what's wrong with it.
There are USB ones that you plug in and it's got a USB port on it. There are others that connect direct, and they used to be expensive, but they've come down now to my neighbour, who's a mechanic guy. He bought one the other day for $80.
Yeah, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's good. That's good. There's so many things you can do with these phones, isn't there? There's just so many things. It's crazy. All right.
And more coming, right? Because you got health kit. You've got.
Well, even like after I get my teeth out, my wisdom teeth out, I started doing claims. I did Medicare claims all on the phone. I did the health.
Yeah, new app for Medicare, yes.
Yeah, did the health claim, health insurance or whatever the hell it is, claim on the phone. It's just so good. And just like, you don't have to scan anything anymore. Like, if you have to send a receipt away or something, normally you just put it in the scanner, scan it to file, then open up email, blah, blah, blah. But now you just take a photo of it. It's easy.
Gone.
Easy.
Simple as that. Yeah.
Easy peasy. All right. Have we got anything else? Anyone got anything else to get off their chest this week? Well, that's about it.
No, not yet, I think. Yeah.
You can bid for lunch with Eddie Q, and you get a MacBook Air as well.
Yeah. Oh, well, how much is these bids up to?
Currently at 9,500.
That's pretty cheap.
And it ends on Wednesday, July 16th. It is, because there was one, I don't know, earlier this year, late last year, that was in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. That was with Tim. So you remember that one, Michael? That went for a fair. That went for a fair bit. They do, to be fair, support a charity. So it's Charity Buzz. Do it.
It's not going to Apple's charity.
No, it's not.
We're going to give this. We're going to give a donation to a thing called iCharity.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with us.
I guess they pick up the cost for lunch. You'd hope, or maybe they go Dutch. I don't know. It doesn't say.
Well, no.
Tim Cook's was this year's was $330,000, and last year's was $610,000.
Wow.
Well, that's because the first year, that makes sense if you think about it, Michael. The first year was only your coffee meetings. That's why it was cheaper. The next one included lunch. So you expect to pay a little bit more.
Well, what? But you said you get a Mac Air as well. That's all right.
Oh, you didn't with Tim? No, this is for Eddie. Eddie comes with lunch and a 13-inch MacBook Air.
He's got to sell himself, eh? He's not. just the lunch is not going to cut it. He said, we'll just push it. We'll make it sweeter with a MacBook Air. So good on him. Good on him. All right. I think that's about all that we've got for you guys this week. I think that's it. Jace, no more?
That's it. No more phone or watch rumors right at the moment.
No, that's
we'll
good.
have some next week, I'm sure.
Oh, look, I'm getting excited because as it's my year to get a phone, I'm getting excited about the iPhone 6. So bring it on. I want everything. I was telling Michael before, I'm now in the bigger screen camp. I need a bigger screen. I wasn't in that camp before, but I am now. All right. Thanks for coming in, Jace. we'll let you get back and enjoy the rest of the evening. What's left? Of it.
Excellent. Thank you, and we'll see everyone next week.
Yes, and thanks, Michael. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Looking forward to it again. Well done.
All right, and those two will see you next week. I won't, but I'll see you in a fortnight. So until
Mr. Part-Timer.
I know.
Next week.
I know. I get it. I listen to the podcast. I get it on the podcast. I'm getting it here on the show.
And that email address is parttime@aussiemaxzone.com.au if you need to get hold of Glenn.
That's right. So I'll see you in a fortnight. So or until we meet again. All right. It's goodbye from all of us.
See you,
Ta-da. Bye.